Welcome back, guys. We are at the campsite. We're actually in Glacier right now, as you can see right above me. We are going to do a little review, actually a test between the Renogy 200 watt rooftop solar kit as well as the Doku 160 watt portable solar kit. And I am kind of hanging out behind the trailer now because it's a bit windy out. So let's go see our portable kit. And there we go. We've got it just on the ground flat. I had it sat up against the trailer there, but it's a bit windy out. So, as you can see, we've got about 7.2, 7.4 amps of power going in. And how we've got that hooked up is, so we've got our Zamp solar kit here. We go down through the cables. It's a 20 foot extension. And then we've got actually just a little adapter kit with a 15 amp fuse, because the XT60 there, I had ordered a kit off or an adapter on Amazon, but it wasn't going to come in time. So I had to make do with this SAE2, just kind of a clamp terminal. So I'm sure if you had it set up correctly without the alligator clamps, you'd probably get maybe just a tad bit more. But so we're getting about 7 amps there. And then we have a Renogy 200 watt kit on top of the roof. And we can actually view that from the app. Renogy has a great Bluetooth app, which is really cool. So you can monitor what it's doing. So right now we're getting about 1.3 amps off a 200 watt kit. What we're going to find, if we go up on the roof, is, of course, that one tree right here is shading the panels, so that does make it just a bit difficult to come off grid and rely on our solar kit to power what we have when we have one tree. And we do find that most of the time we're camping, we are in the woods, so it's pretty tough to rely on that. So usually we have to bring the generator, but today, actually this trip, we have that portable kit, and it's actually working out very well. It's a bit surprising how that little bit of shade can just kill your amperage, but obviously solar relies on sun, and when you actually can get sun, you get higher amps. So we're going about 7 amps per hour, and I will be honest, I've never really got the full potential out of the rooftop kit, just because most of the time we are camped in the wilderness like this, and so it's really tough when you have a kit that basically is stationary and you can't follow the sun. If you're out in the middle of the desert, or if you're camping in a field a lot, yeah, you might benefit, and it might be easier just to have rooftop. But honestly, this little kit is pretty nice, and we get good power out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and just fold over one side. Let's see what happens. So we're actually getting about 3.3, if you can see. Now let's open it back up. It's kind of a bummer it won't stay on one side. And one thing I don't like about this, I guess it's the Doku, is that it doesn't tell you actually in your charge cycle how many amps you've actually put in. So that's kind of, I like to know, hey, it was out for 6 hours and I put X amount of amps in, but it doesn't have that option. Let's try to tilt it and see if we could get a little more. Like I said, it was tilted before, but that wind is just killing it. So that's one thing about this kit, is it does not have little legs on it, so that is a bummer. I think I'm tilted too far, but we do have some shade that just came up. Cloud right up there. It is a beautiful day. It's very windy though. up here at Glacier National Park. As you can see, the mountains are just gorgeous. But okay, here we go. Sun's out, guns out. Here we go. 4.2 amps. We're probably tilted just a bit. Yeah, probably a little too much tilt. Let's just throw this flat again. It's actually nice flat because it's just easy to maneuver and doesn't blow around. There we go. So we're back up to 7.2 amps. The awesome thing is when you're done with it, go like that, and like that, and then you've got a little pocket for all your stuff. And that thing is small. That's a pretty small package to have to fit 160 watts of solar in. So we're back up to 7 amps of charge. Now let's see what we are with the Renogy. We're about 1.18 amps, so we can go take a peek. Now we've got some good sun. And we just washed these panels yesterday, and it did quite a bit of rain, rained quite a bit. But so they're a little dirty, but in reality, that's not the culprit. That's just we're not getting any sun. When the sun sets just a little bit more, we will get some direct sun on one of these panels, but I doubt we'll see the amperage that we get out of that portable kit. So I will say I do like this rooftop kit. You can get the tilting, you can get them so they tilt, so you can get a little more amps out of them, but it really just depends on where you park. Like I said, if it's very convenient, so when we travel and we want to charge back up, when you're connected to your 7-way pin, you're not actually really charging that fast. But these things, if we could get a good 10-12 amps on them when we're towing, that's awesome. And I like it so we can use it when we tow. Obviously the portable kit, you can't have that out when you tow because it would obviously blow away. And you can't just throw it on the roof or anything like that when you're towing. Now if I had a solar panel up in the top front, I could probably put 2 more, one there and then another one over there in front of the AC, and I would have full sun on one panel, so we could be getting some solar. But obviously sun changes depending on where that, of course, that single tree, and I'm not complaining about the tree, it's a very nice tree at the campsite, but for doing solar testing, it kind of sucks. But we know how these work, and it seems like most of the time, if I were to do it again, I do like these, like I said, when we're towing. But if I were to do it again and I didn't need to keep it charged when we towed, and I did not boondock a lot, I think I would just go solely the portable kit. Now if you're camping out in the desert and you don't have a bunch of trees around you like this campground, most of these campsites are going to have trees around you. I would probably just do the rooftop kit because you don't have to mess with it. You just put it on, install it once, and then forget about it. You don't have to worry about locking it up, someone stealing it, anything like that. Someone could just walk up, unplug one wire, and take this. I highly doubt it. I can lock it up, but how good is on this portable kit if I throw a lock around one of the handles? Someone can just take any old knife and take it away. I don't know how those rocks got up there, so let's see what we're doing now. Still 7 amps. This thing is, I'll probably, for a full review, I'll have to get a different charge controller so that we can log maybe one day of rooftop solar and then one day of the portable solar kit. All right, final thoughts. Obviously, I like having both, but if I were to pick one, if you're camping in the trees, get the portable solar kit. And if you're camping to where you know that most of the time you are out in the open, get the Rooftop. And if you like the best of both worlds and you like to charge when you're driving, because most of the time when you're driving on the highway, there's not trees to block your view. And basically we're going from this site that we're boondocking at to another boondocking site, so we won't have any way to charge up besides that solar kit essentially when we're driving. And so that Rooftop solar kit is going to be key for us when we travel. But this guy, when we're parked in the trees, like, I mean, I could put it back there, I could put it here, I could put it against the brush here, but honestly right here it's doing well. It's putting out about 7 amps per hour. In an average day boondocking, we probably, gosh, if you had to use heat, we probably go through about 40 a day. So this guy plus the Rooftop have to do some work. All right, thanks for coming to the campsite with us and checking out the Rooftop versus the portable solar kit. Stay tuned, we'll have a full review of the portable solar kit. We've got the Renogy 200 watt kit as well as the Renogy 100 watt, both those the Eclipse kits. You'll be able to find out if we like them or not later. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.